Hey everybody, welcome back. It's repentance, baby, and we're on a heck of a streak right now. Wow, that's literally like the last run we did on stream, but also the first run we're gonna do today. Lilith tainted to the lamb. So rip ear users. Sorry, it's super early over here. You could tell like when I get going in the day, I start to maybe rise up into the baritone range a little bit. At 8:07 a.m. on a Friday morning, I'm like, much more down there in the pseudo bass, the proto bass. I don't really know how voices work, but this is as close to Stephen Merritt of the Magnetic Fields as I ever get. And I know I'm not going to give you an impression because it's 8:07 a.m. on a Friday. Not that I'm upset to be here. Very, very happy to get things going a little bit early this morning. Did you know on Audible, which I mean, some people will use, and it's one of those like, subscription services I'm actually a big fan of. Imagine, and this is a perfect world scenario. Imagine Netflix, but every movie of all time ever made. Have you ever had a dream that you wanted the dream to you want it, imagine Netflix, but instead of only having TV shows about attractive people not having the willpower to not engage in acts of physical love for like 25 minutes in order to earn $50,000, instead of that, it had everything that had ever been made, and you got to choose like, 5 movies a month you could watch or something like that. Some people will be into it, some people wouldn't, but that's how I feel about Audible. Did you know that Audible has a free refund policy, man? I got screwed. I tried to buy this book by Michael Lewis called Liar's Poker. I downloaded it, realized, ooh, that would have been a little nasty. Realized it was only 3 chapters long in the audiobook. And I said, there's no way that this is simply a 3-hour-long book overall. And then I go to the reviews. A great book narrated by the author. Unfortunately, for some reason, it's abridged. I was so upset. I became a consumer advocate. All of a sudden, I understood the gaming industry. I was like, we can't... Okay, when getting hit stops time for 3 seconds, why not? I shy away from this item because it's complicated. Or at least it seems more complicated to me than, than a Tears upgrade at the very least. Anyway, the long and short of this, I don't know why it ended up going on for so long here. This anecdote had no reason to go on for so long. The basic bit is, I got a refund for the book. I got my credit back, and I was excited when that 1 credit showed up in my account. I said thank you, Papa Jeffrey. This doesn't make us even, but thank you, Papa Jeffrey. I think Audible's owned by Amazon, right? I don't know much about the business model of Audible. That being said, I'm pretty sure that I've been giving them whatever the monthly subscription is since like 2014. My history with Audible is when I was running, literally 7 years ago. Which is crazy to me, because it's like, around 25% of my life. I guess it's a little bit more than 25% of my... It's closer to... Well, it's a little bit less, closer to 20%. But still, it's like... This a long time ago. To be able to say 7 years ago, and then, realize how long it actually is. I didn't mean to pop it, but that's okay. I wanted to read this book that was about, like, a North Korean defector. So I got it on Audible. Then I think I forgot about it for like a year and a half. I think we can send it, man. I don't think we're gonna get Dark Prince's Crown to work. I always forget how Abaddon even works in the new version of the game, but whatever. I forgot about it for like a year and a half. Probably paid $200 for credits that many of which expired, which I'm embarrassed to admit. However, then Audible went through like a class action lawsuit where they, people, I shouldn't say people, like a court ruled that it was like, you know, illegal for them to have expiring credits, so instead I got all those credits restored, and then I just went on a freaking shopping spree, man. When I get out, there's gonna be carnage. I don't know, I guess I'm gonna try to play the Rotten Baby. This is like, normally when you could save the money, but where's the fun in that? When you got 50 cents on the second floor, you kind of want to splurge a little. I was hoping we'd get some red hearts, but I have seen Rotten Baby pay out. It has been known to happen. I can live with that. Oh, I can live with that. I think it can pay out with Rotten Baby. It can pay out with, like, Yuck Heart. And it can pay out with stinky items, like halitosis or something. Bob's Curse, actually kind of sick, honestly. Look, if we have no choice, we have to take those Rotten Hearts, but I'm kind of like, I'm not necessarily as sold on the whole concept of Rotten Hearts as I used to be. Now that I've fully understand what it means for a Rotten Hearts. Hold on. To only be a half heart? I'm not as sold. I guess we could have given some of this money to Bum Friend, but well, whatever, man. I mean, would it be better to have Rotten Heart than nothing? I think the answer is possibly. I've been known occasionally in Isaac, and, you know, this would... surprising absolutely nobody. I've been known to outthink myself in some circumstances. Many situations historically of me being like... you know, oh, if this is the way that, this works like X, then the natural way that we should react to this is Y, and then getting just freaking destroyed as a result. But anyway. So yeah, that's, I was planning on doing maybe like another 15 minutes on Audible if you're interested. I got a lot of Audible-based comedy. It's for the morning crowd. You're not legally allowed to watch this video at any other time then in the same temporal corridor in which it was recorded. So yeah, you can watch it on any day of the week, any year in the future, but all I ask is that you ensure that it's between 8:14 a.m. and whenever it ends. I'm going to say around, hopefully like around 8:46 maybe would be. That would be ideal for me. We need more keys. I'm not ignoring it, we just need more keys. And I gotta tell you, like, you know, in spite of not stringing together, like, a coherent thought over the course of this run so far, this is a very, very good one. Who? Abaddon is, I mean, is the principal helper for sure, but a couple of bone hearts backing us up. A trinket of some repute. Deal with the devil precedent. I enjoy an opportunity to get deals with the devil. Like, it really does feel like there's been a sea change. And deals with the angel are like the way to go. So anytime you get the chance to actually get that, like, early deal with the devil and not have to do, like, you know, delayed gratification, feels very nice to me. And this shop feels very nice to me. I'm still hoping we get enough keys for the golden chest. But, Jar of Flies... totally fine. I will play you. I will play you. I won't play you anymore, but I'm thinking about it. So what's going on in life right now? Not too much. Just you know, the average. The reason I'm oh dude, we've been killing it. I didn't realize we were on that level. The reason I've been I'm looking for today's video to end before 9 is I was on Levy's podcast last week, the Gotham City podcast. I was gonna call it the Gotham City Imposter podcast, but that's an old game from, you know, like the Xbox Live Arcade back in 2012 or something. Little embarrassing that was like the first hit we've taken in a bit, huh? Maybe in the whole run. Hey, in my defense, this is what happens when we stop talking about Audible. When I lose my focus like that, what do you expect is gonna happen? And then he said, hey, you know, I know you haven't played chess in a while, but I got this show going on called, like, Elo Swap. I guess the way it works is that, like, he finds someone, and it's all on the up and up, I've been told. Bobby Bottle Service here. It's all on the up and up. He finds, like, volunteers that are a little bit, maybe like 200 or 300 points higher rated than I am. And then I play the first 10 or 15 moves, probably find myself in a losing position, and then he takes over and tries to win. So this room it's impossible, man. I'm looking forward to that. It's not really that, like, I mean, what happened to, like, me playing chess? I enjoy chess, and I have a great time playing it on Twitch. Full stop. I know that didn't sound so convincing. I could work on my acting. Familiar's movement will be controlled by the same movement as the player. So we'll make the game harder for you for minimal benefit. No thank you. That might be an unfair read, but I do have a counterfeit penny just chilling in there. I'm willing to sack. I'm no longer, like, beholden to the bone hearts, really. Like, if I'm being 1000% on the up and up with you, I'm like, a bone heart. It's good, don't get me wrong, but I value it, like, especially if we got the chance to get lots of spirit hearts in the future. I'm not totally sold on it being, like, that useful. I would leverage it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't mind leveraging it for a little bit of extra juice here. But it wasn't, like, a conscious decision to stop playing so much chess on the channel. It really was just, like, you know, I was playing chess, it was good. It is a game, and now I'm sunk, dude. I'm in the sunk cost fallacy. I mean, this is just do as I say, not as I do. Okay, you know what? Congratulations, you've ruined an old man's life. You know, I will never play a Demon Judgment again, thanks to you. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, NL. That's juvenile. Nope. Maybe it is juvenile, but nope, you've hurt my feelings. I will never now. Anyway, it wasn't a conscious decision to stop playing chess. It's just that, like, it drains you. And then, like, I think the last chess thing I did was, like, the Twitch Rivals, where, and this is not, like, I think I just drew the short straw in terms of, like, having played the most matches, but, it was literally, like, 8 hours of, hand and brain, rapid games with no breaks in the middle that, you know, we were playing for keeps. It was very high octane. You're playing against, like, you know, streamers, but the streamers have, like, grandmasters behind them. So I think I said, like, you know, I'll give chess a little break. I'll let the magic come back, and then I would draw a distinction. You might say it never came back. No, it never came back yet. It has never come back until maybe a couple of times over the next couple of weeks, but let's just leave it at that for now. Okay, starter deck, Soul of the Forgotten. Actually, as we've talked about recently, I've really come to respect these soul items because I bet this is our secret room. Because it gives me a possible ability to play an Eddie room. Even if it doesn't give me the, especially Soul of the Forgotten is really good for it, but if it doesn't give me any red hearts with which we can continuously play the Eddie room, it does give me at least like 3 extra plays, which should be, you know, in most circumstances enough to leverage ourselves up to like 7 or whatever. I'm also realizing I don't know if I've taken damage on this entire run against enemies, but I have taken so much damage just by myself. Just on my own merits. just walking into, like, demon judgments. Well, that was on purpose. Walking into spikes and stuff like that. Like, that's so sad. Alexa, play Despacito. That's a meme, right? Okay. For now, I prefer the trinket we got, but more power to you. The stars. Okay, let's pop it. We were already in this room. I don't know what you thought was going to happen there. We don't have to play the Eddie room with the Soul of the Forgotten, by the way. Okay. That's definitely the first time we've had that happen, because it's the first time I've noticed this. Well, when it rains, it pours. What a weird run so far. This is like, today was my experiment. What happens if you start the video before the coffees hit the bloodstream? I think I've learned a valuable lesson on that one. We're still working cup number 1 through the system here. 4 room is not relevant yet. I think, honestly, like, you take avionics off the screen, and then you just use the Forgotten to play the blood bank, and it actually totally worked. I gotta know, okay? I tried to pick it up with the Forgotten because I thought it would be funny. So we didn't get to use it for an Eddie room, but on the other hand, we did get to use it to... I probably would not have played that blood bank, realistically, without the Soul of the Forgotten. Or we would have played it, like, I mean, 2 times, and I guess on 2 times it would have paid out, but I don't know. I'm so, like, jaded from the... Let's just see. Oh, that's perfect. I'm so jaded from the demon judgments that I don't know. I may never have played anything that took our HP ever again. So I think for pills, you didn't really want that, but that's okay. We'll just come back here real quick and use the dice room. I think we've stabilized, though. I think we've reached a point... I still prefer counterfeit penny. I bet it's worth more yield. Yeah, okay. And it gives us a soul heart. I think we've stabilized after, like, having not the best floor of all time. Oh, are you talking about the one where you sacrifice literally 75% of your HP to a demon judgment for sport? Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. Looking forward to, sets your HP to 50% upon entering the next floor. If your health is above that, it heals half a red heart. With God as my witness, thanks GB Bug. Thank me, but, you know, if GB Bug, I'm gonna blame GB Bug. Even though it was my own fault for not, you know, managing the 700 things that you gotta do on an Isaac run. I forgot what I was talking about. What was it? Oh, I was about to say that I have no banter, which you're noticing is true, by the way. I did watch another Netflix documentary last night, and I don't know if this is a series, but there's at least 2. So I told you I watched Malice at the Palace. I found it very enlightening. I watched one last night. It's let me find the exact title here. I'm feeling like 65 years old. I think it's called Untold Deal with the Devil. That seems correct. It's about the world's preeminent female boxer who was very popular in like the mid 90s to the early 2000s. You know what you realize when you watch these documentaries is that when you watch sports, you definitely don't think that you can, like, know these athletes. I almost, even though it's a true, like, I mean, it is kind of a true crime documentary. You know, I had vague memories of having watched this athlete play when I was younger, because my grandparents watched pay-per-view boxing all the time, especially during the heyday of Mike Tyson, which is, you know, a contemporary of, I forget her last name, Christine something. I want to say Christine Sinclair, but that's like Canadian soccer hero. Anyway, or Christy, I mean, I watched it last night. You'd think that the last name would be in there. Christy, the coal miner's daughter, Christy something. Anyway, And you just think, like, you know, they're just boxing, man. You know, they don't exist when they're not throwing punches. It's like when you're a little kid and you think that, like, there's a person inside of your radio that plays the songs for you. There's like a little man in there spinning discs. I mean, I didn't really actually believe that, but it would be kind of sick, right? That would be a sick job, live inside of a car radio and pick the music. Pass me the aux cord. Pass me the aux cord. I don't know why that, you know, but, you know, if you live inside of a car radio, you kind of gotta sound like that. It comes with the territory. Stapler. I believe I have my stapler. But I'm just gonna spoil it, but it's still worth watching. I thought she was just kind of like a boxer, and then she fell off because it's a sport where you take shots to the head for a living, and longevity is not necessarily like par for the course. You know, perhaps ironically enough, if you want to have a long sports career, you know, maybe golf is one of the ones that ends up working out the best. But no, not really. Her husband tried to kill her. That's a new one. I didn't know that. ESPN didn't cover that one as much as they covered, you know, the highlight reel of her knockouts. Yeah, give me this. Look, we're going a little spicy, okay? Now I need like an untold documentary about everything, man. I can't properly process, like events that happen in the real world without a documentary. That's just what Netflix has done to me. And I think it's good, honestly, because you get some extra sort of information about these events that maybe what you weren't privy to at the time. That's why I think, like, you know, everybody's waiting for like the COVID documentary that comes out on Netflix, you know, once this whole thing's behind us in like 2028 or 2029. There's gonna be, every episode of that is gonna be just extremely rich with stuff that's gonna illuminate things for me, I'm sure. But until then, we're gonna have to deal with just sports documentaries. But I want one on like I can't look at somebody in the real world anymore without wanting to know their life story. That's what Netflix has done to me. If you're making my Subway sandwich, I wanna. It starts with a sizzle reel of them making the sandwich. There I was making the sandwich, hands shaking, long shift, and then this guy says more olives. And you know what, man? I just lost it. Music sting. Sometimes a man gets pushed to his limit. Roll credits. Flashback to a little childhood photo of them. I was born in Jackson Hole, Missouri. My father was a traveling vacuum salesman. My mother sold Jell-O molds at Tupperware parties. Normal childhood, and you know, you get the idea. It seems like that's how they all start. It's always like, I never know if it's like real footage or if they just get like, because I'm surprised when I'm watching these documentaries how many families of, you know, that were in like the 1960s have home videos. But I guess there was still like video cameras back then. It just cost you like 25 bucks a minute. And then you had to have like one of those, you know, Howard Hughes style projectors, right? That you could actually watch stuff on. Beats me. Bone spurs. I mean, there's footage of me as a child. I remember, you know, and this is not like embarrassing. It's more just like Small Rock. Oh, hey, look at that. It's more like, you know, I'm still from like a different era, I guess, to some extent, where I don't feel super comfortable having like every aspect of my life, mostly in my childhood, like out there. Not because it's private to me, but just because like I don't think that, you know, just random strangers who enjoy like my Isaac videos or whatever necessarily have earned it, you know? Like, we're not that close that I want you to see like a video of me as a child. So instead I'm going to describe it for you frame by frame. Mom's bottle of pills. Okay, hold on. We'll just do like a donation here. Maybe get a luck upgrade. Donation machine is looking mighty healthy these days. But I remember my mom filmed before my first day of school, and you know, my parents are there and I'm talking with them, and you know, I'm telling them that I had a bad dream. But like, and in typical child fashion, I had a bad dream, but I don't really know how to describe what happened in the dream because I'm just a little kid. So my mom's like, what or my dad is like, what was going on in the dream? And then I'm like, I don't know, some kind of like little Joker box or something. So I've seen that video about 15,000 times. It's cute, don't get me wrong. But I think it's like, it's hard to find yourself that cute as a baby. I don't know, it depends. I think it does change a little bit when you get older. Like as a kid, I'm like, or as like a teenager, let's say, I was like, I don't want to see this. Not because I think, like, this footage should be destroyed. Like Al Pacino in Dunkachino. Burn this. I know it was you. But more so, like, you know, you're trying to, you know, become an adult in that age of your life. It's hard to imagine yourself as, like, a little baby. You almost, I don't know, depending on your psyche, I think you can almost take it as like a slight when you're a teenager. You're like, oh, you think I was a baby at some point? You think just because you changed 3,000 of my diapers that I was a baby? I ain't ever been a baby. You're the baby, Mom. Sorry, it was a little loud. I don't want to wake anybody up, but I can feel the conversational juices start to flow. I'm just remembering where we're at in this run. Hold on. We can dice shard Mom's bottle of pills, or... I mean... I'm like, I think you actually keep dice shard. The idea being, and make sure you take the negative here, but the idea being, we will find a better opportunity. Getting a free reroll is nice, but a free reroll on the shop pool doesn't interest me all that much. I literally just walked into it by accident. That's okay, dice shard it now. Alright, it didn't work out too badly. I'll take this too then. Oh, we got a Guppy's paw. Wow, Guppy. But I'm fully expecting the same thing to happen, like, because, I mean, we have so much footage of our daughter. And, like, all of it is cute to us. But to her, you know, I'm expecting that there's a period of, like, embarrassment. Even now, like, I'm 32. When my mom sends me, like, a baby photo of myself, she's sending it to me because I look cute, right? To her, at least. And when I get it, I'm like, look at how stupid I looked. Not in a negative way, like, not in a, oh, like, I'm so ugly, but more in, like, a way of, like, look at this. Look at what was going on with my hair back then. Who styled my hair? The baby photos, they're much more for the parents, or potentially the inevitable Netflix documentary. I think, at least. It's crazy how, like, video has become so prominent. I was thinking about it yesterday, because I'm like, I try to be stats-minded, not out of any, like, high-minded ideals, but just because that's, like, one of the first things that, like, pops into my head is, like, you know, I try to figure out the incidence rate of, like, a pseudo-rare event happening. So, and I know, like, what is that, what the heck are you even talking about? Well, like, sometimes I'll watch, like, this dash cam stuff, and it seems insane that so many... you know, accidents get caught via dash cam. I know dash cams are somewhat prevalent, but then you start thinking about it in your head, and you're like, okay, what percentage of people have a dash cam? And I would say, I don't know, maybe like in Canada, I bet probably like 20% of people have a dash cam. I guess now that I think about... Oh, what a great use of the Empress card. I guess now that... what I was going to say is that there's 5 times as many accidents out there than get recorded. But now that I think about it, I guess, like, if you have a dash cam, you're really covering, like, maybe, depending on the situation, like, 10 cars. So you might have actually hit, like, herd immunity on being able to view every accident. I don't know. I guess I don't have a point. Originally, the point was going to be like, how many accidents are out there that people don't see? I mean, stuff that happens like on a very quiet road, like late at night, I suppose. But strength, two of hearts. Empress is good. Empress strength is fine. Okay. You know what? I think that while we're here, we got to take advantage of this. You got to blow it up. You got to blow it up. You got to blow it up. Even if we don't get anything. Emperor, Chariot. You can dump, I think you can dump Strength for Emperor, and then Chariot for Empress. Yeah, this seems fine to me. This seems adequate. I don't leave the floor yet. I think you always want to skip either Shoal or, to be honest with you, like, I might even want to skip the dark room. I find some of those rooms down there are quite deleterious. You know what, though? I'm realizing, I think I should have stuck with a strength card. It's tough, though, because, like, I don't know. I still haven't, like, gotten the muscle memory for how deals with the devil work now. Like, the strength card could have given us a free deal with the devil on the bottom floor. But it also might not have, right? Like, it might have just taken a deal that normally costs 3 spirit hearts and made it cost, like, 1 red heart, 2 spirit hearts. Which I don't even know how that would work for us. Anyway, I'm gonna reroll the whole run. I'm not afraid. We got Dark Bum. All of our stats suffered pretty mightily. Shot speed up. We got Rotten Baby, though. We still got Squeezy. We got Judas's Shadow. We got 9 volts. We don't have Conjoined, which is kind of surprising to me just looking at it here. Look, I'm a simple man. When I see some classic Zane, like re-rolling, hello, thank you. Re-rolling your run with like a 1 room or a 6 room, I'm fairly inclined to give it a try. I'm not sold on these. I'm not sold on a lot of items. Hey, man, like, I think people would tell you that, you know, in Isaac, it's all about what you pick up. Nah, man, I think sometimes it's honestly about what you don't pick up. You know, there was a period in Afterbirth, maybe it was Afterbirth Plus, but essentially, whenever you got to deal with the devil, I just picked it up, and the whole reason I did it is just because back then you kind of could. Wow, we've gotten so unbelievably lucky at picking our spot here. Nowadays, I think you got to be much more particular. You got to be very careful with scatter bombs there. You got to be much more particular with the way that you approach this. You get a little bit more fine-grained control, which is a big positive. Again, like I know I've said it a lot over the past like 5 months or so, but they did a great job with this DLC. There's some bugs. There's some glaring stuff like, you know, Birthright not working as every character, even though, like, it realistically, it should be pretty easy to at least set in, like, a placeholder for it to do something. But I look at that stuff, honestly, like, that's, you know, in Game of Thrones Season 8, where, like, Khaleesi has a Starbucks cup that gets caught in the scene? I mean, you really gotta look at, like, something like all this, man. Like, this, I don't even know how to... Well, let me finish my point. What I was gonna say is, it's like Game of Thrones Season 8 when Khaleesi had a Starbucks cup. That's something that's, like, it's not ideal. But if the rest of the season had been great, people would have been like, I can overlook the Starbucks cup. Because the rest of the season was quite dubious to begin with, I think most people were like, the Starbucks cup is like, and the Starbucks cup. That's how I feel about, like, Birthright and Tainted Lass being stupid. The Repentance is so good that the Starbucks cup, you're like, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't know, man. I don't know what you start with. Oh, wait, Brimstone's really bad as this character. What was I thinking? Let's become Dark Judas then. We're still gonna become Dark Judas. It just goes like this instead. I can't take it. I can't take it. So just blow me up then. Oh no, I'm dead. Oh, 9 lives fits in over top of Dark Judas, huh? I thought it went in order. Yeah, so I might have ruined the whole run. I'm willing to own that. I'm gonna try to win, and we're not like, you know, it's not an untenable situation. It's just worse. I got blinded by the I could take Brimstone and didn't think about the should I take Brimstone. So these lives, by the way, I'm not throwing them. I'm genuinely trying to get the KOs here. If we can get 2 Spirit Hearts, we get Satanic. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'd rather just have the 2 Spirit Hearts at this point. But we're really not sweating the loss of any of these lives until Dark Judas. Like, that's the one where we got to apply the maximum amount of leverage. This is not great. Box of spiders, though? I mean, I think we got to keep, well, I don't know. Being able to use box of spiders once every 2 rooms? Or once every 1 rooms? Kinda sick. I'm firing as fast as I can, by the way. I don't know if you can hear the tap shooting. But, feel like, again, it's just I got blinded by the Brimstone. Revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Isn't it? I think it's how it goes. Okay. Just like jumping rope back on the schoolyard. You gotta take it. It could be Hierophant. It's not Hierophant. Whew, we would have wanted that, actually. Hey, look on the bright side. At least there's no Isaac Casino right now. Where, as a believer, you could be destroyed right now. You hate to let the believers down. Sometimes, you know, when it's like a tainted lost run, you're like, what do you want from me? I did what I could. But when you have a guaranteed run on Shoal, more or less, and then you... Oh my god, the contact damage from the bomb. And then you re-roll the whole run, people would be like, what? And then when you get a good run anyway, they would be like, phew. And then when you leveraged all of your existing HP to take an item that makes your run worse, they would be like, please. That's when chat just gets filled with question marks. The enemy of rational discourse. Question mark, question mark, question mark. The implication being like, this is so stupid, I don't even need to explain to you what I'm angry about. Oh, Dark Bomb! Right, okay. If you give me a Spirit Heart, and then you give me a Spirit Heart. Oprah. And then you get a Spirit Heart. You get a Spirit Heart. Controversial opinion, Oprah should host Jeopardy. Why would I say that? Hold on. Oh my god. Saved, kind of. I'll be honest with you, I hadn't thought about it past, like, the words, like, leaving my mouth. Could be fun, though. Oprah hosting Jeopardy. You get a daily double, and you get a daily double. So I actually still, like, with all this in mind, I don't really see the point of, taking the Satanic Bible. I think it's, like, a little late for Satanic Bible to really work. Yeah, I'll take it. It's spun, right? It's not spun. We're at the boss. I was gonna use the Emperor card. Hey, it's nice we don't have to go through the Fallen room. That was a real pain in the butt. Do I see us living here? I do, I think, but certainly we'll have a really good chance when Dark Judas comes out. You know what I'm thinking in reality then? So that's the devil. We can hold that. I think you may want to try to take the book of the Satanic Bible. If it kills you, that's fine. So we're going like, this is next level play here. We're trying to die until we get Dark Judas, then we use Satanic Bible. I wanna put this all on one life. I think it's actually the best strategic play. This is not memery. This is genuine gameplay. We got the same amount of HP but double damage. Give me that for sure. Give me that over, like, you know, a bunch of runs that were unlikely to ever make this work. And now we get to be Dark Judas, which means we get to just use the brimstone. My God. The man is gonna throw at the last possible second. Never mind. Okay, I'm accidentally a genius, and it's 8:47 a.m. Wow, timing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. What a strange run. This episode was brought to you by Audible, and I'll see you next time. See you.